Rabbi, I appreciate your time. I'm sorry again that it's under these circumstances right now. You witnessed the tragedy of anti-Semitism with 11 people losing their lives at your own congregation. With what you're seeing right now and what you're hearing, what worries you most?
Well, anti-Semitism is never going to go away. We as Jews recognize that. But what we also recognize is that it's symptomatic of a greater troubling illness in this country, the inability of people to understand each other and to get along with each other and work for the common good. To me, that's the greater issue. When you have, as I call it, the H word, when you have that in your heart, inevitably it's going to lead to violence, and that is never something productive. It always leads to bad endings.
And Rabbi, obviously this dialogue has not been very productive, certainly not in recent days. At the risk of amplifying in any way the comments of Marjorie Taylor Greene, certainly there were some repulsive comments that she made comparing vaccination policies to the Holocaust right now. How concerning is this type of language to you in this climate?
I think that we as Americans should have an expectation that all of our elected leaders, be it local, state, or national, they're held to a higher standard of behavior, comportment, and language. When any elected leader of any level behaves in a way that is unacceptable, they give permission for all of us to behave in the same way because they're modeling how they want us to behave. So no matter who the individual might be, we expect of them more. We expect them to be well educated. We expect them to speak well and to represent all Americans with faith and equity. So anyone who speaks inappropriately should be chastised.
Rabbi, how do we break this cycle? How do we end what we're witnessing right now? It feels like this awful rinse and repeat where there are headlines around Israel, whatever else, and all of a sudden American Jews find themselves under attack for no reason whatsoever.
Well, after I answer, do I get the Nobel Peace Prize? I want to know. It seems to me that deep down in America, and I can say that because I live 6 blocks from Mr. Rogers' home here in Pittsburgh, we don't know our neighbors. When we don't know anything about our neighbors, we mistrust, we misunderstand, it turns to fear and loathing. Eventually, the H word, eventually it turns to violence. So we need to start from the basics, which is to get to know our neighbors. Once we do, we can appreciate who they are, their stories, and recognize we have so much more in common with all of our fellow citizens than uncommon. Let's unite for what's common in us to better America.
And so often, Rabbi, it's because we don't know our neighbors. Instead, we find so many people hiding behind the anonymity of social media that they just post things based on misinformation, a lack of facts, basic ignorance that helps amplify this issue. How concerning is social media in this climate, and what responsibility do we all have in the way that we use it?
Well, the challenge of social media is because it's a private company, we don't have the controls that one would think that we should have. When people rely upon social media as their sole source of facts, it becomes rather disturbing because then anyone can promote whatever their opinion is as fact. People don't take the time to research a topic carefully, weigh a variety of views, be part of the conversation, and then be intelligently informed. It is a troubling issue that I think needs more conversation and study. I don't have any easy answer for that. Right. Because so many people are so easily swayed by what they read in social media immediately as fact.
And Rabbi, to so many American Jews right now who are scared by what they're seeing, scared for their own and for their family's safety, what do you say to those American Jews, to those in your congregation who are scared right now?
We're experiencing, once again, what many have called domestic terrorism. The goal of domestic terrorists is to change your own behavior. My answer to my fellow American Jews is, I will not let domestic terrorists terrorize me. When they terrorize me, I do even more Jewish things. So the answer is not to do less and to hide. It's to be proud of who you are and to do more of what you are that makes you Jewish. to help your fellow human beings in any way that you can, to follow the precepts of our Jewish law, and to be the best possible version of yourself you could be. So when they do more evil, I do more Jewish.